Good morning, welcome to St Michael's Mount in Cornwall.
Stay awake every night just to catch one more glimpse of your skin. When I look at the way you sleep, I know I'm home.
Now this is a beautiful location, probably one of my favourite coastal views in the UK. It is a beautiful island, and what a sight to look at. I could quite happily have a house here and look over at it every single morning. Now this is my second morning here. I was down here yesterday, so I have a very good idea as to the tide height, as to the direction of the sun, and exactly when the sun rises high enough over the buildings to light up the castle. It's about 6 o'clock. Yesterday I got a shot about 6:05, and it's about 5:45 at the moment, 10 to 6. So I've set up here a portrait format image. Now I actually shoot my landscapes very often in portrait, and there's something about it which you've got to decide, obviously, of the scene that you're shooting, whether or not it's wider or whether it's taller. And for me, this image is no different to shooting a jetty in the Lake District with a mountain in the background. The same principles apply. You've got a structure which obviously takes you away from yourself. It's much narrower and much deeper than, say, a beach section where you've got rocks and various other things. So the portrait format is the one to go for as far as I'm concerned. Now I've got a 24-70 and we're shooting at 24mm. So I've reserved the 16-35 for the camera that I'm filming on now. So I've got a Canon 5D Mark IV. I've got this 24-70 f4, which is a super sharp lens. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It is a fantastic lens. And for those thinking about shooting at, say, 24mm, which is a beautiful focal length to shoot, we have done a direct test between the 16-35 f4 at 24mm and the 24-70 f4. And at 24mm, there's hardly any difference at all. Maybe the 24-70 slightly edges it for sharpness, but really, very little between them. So if I have to shoot at 24mm, I would be more than happy to shoot with either lens. So we're here, I've got set up. I have a Nisi 2-stop hard edge grad on at the moment. I'm also using a polarizer. The polarizer just darkens the water around the jetty. So what you have is that this darker concrete, as it now gets wet by the ocean, by darkening the water, the jetty stands out a little bit more, or the walkway sort of stands out a little bit more. So the 2-stop grad really is to hold back the detail in the sky, but I've actually dropped it down to probably about 1 centimetre of the top of the water, because that's quite a bright band of water. So by dropping down the filter, what you end up having is a little bit more even tonality on the water, a little bit more even light. So I've focused, I'm shooting now at f13. I'm getting around about, I'm just going to bring it back down. Perfect exposure, according to the camera, is 1/8 of a second, so just under a second. I've focused on the second step out, which will give me plenty of depth of field to have the island and the castle sharp as well and in focus. So I'm just going to go slightly overexposed. I'm going to go 1 second, 1/3 of a stop overexposed. Now on the Canons and on certain Nikons, you can use your histogram to assist you in trying to get the right sort of exposure. And this is pretty much smack bang in the middle. I'm just watching the water. Should have brought my wellies. That's a good tip. Come to the ocean, bring your wellies. I brought them, I'm just not wearing them. So I always cover the viewfinder. Some people say yes, some people say no. I don't want light entering via the viewfinder and leaving a pink streak on my image. So out of safety, I always cover the viewfinder, regardless of how much light's around and regardless of what direction the light is coming in. So I've got an image there, 1 second, as my boots get wet. And there's just a slight band of water here. That's a little bit lighter, so I'm just going to pop it down, the grad, to just above the walkway and let's go again. And this will have to be a quick video because I'm about to get engulfed. Yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely lovely. So I've got a histogram that's smack bang in the middle, and I've got just the right amount of motion in the ocean for me. Of course, you can go 10 stop and you can have an incredibly smoothed out water where really everything that's static really stands out. So I will do a 10 filter shot and I will show you both of these images with the with just the grad and the polarizer, and also the 10 stop filter. I think we're looking around about, at the moment, about 1 second. So I'll probably end up actually using the 6 stop. Get it down to about half a second. So what I'll do to get it from a second to half a second, I will increase the ISO from 100 to 200. All the while it's getting brighter anyway. But if I want to shoot it now, by increasing your ISO by twice the amount, I'm going to halve my shutter speed. And at half a second on a 6 stop filter, that will give me 30 seconds. So it's still too dark to use the 10 stop filter. Now I use Nisi filters, but you'll notice perhaps that I use, or have them in a Lee filter box. So I'll get a shot here with a 6 stop filter. Just place that in the holder. Change it to 30 seconds. And we'll see how that goes. And I'll show you both the images after I shot them. Okay, I've taken a 6 stop filter image at 30 seconds where all the water is absolutely smoothed out. Absolutely beautiful scene here. And I think that concludes the video. And I'll post both of the images on the end of the video. So I hope you've enjoyed this little pre-dawn shoot here down at St Michael's Mount. If you're down here in Cornwall, make this one of your locations to come and see. I'm going to go before I get before I drown. Okay, if you wish to subscribe to be notified of any future videos, the button is somewhere along the bottom of the video. And until next time, keep shooting, keep smiling, and thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.